Semua berlumba-lumba untuk tulis cerita sensasi saja. Tangkap basah, pukul orang, masuk lokal.
Why did Malaysia's underrated rock band never get famous? Most of us may only know the big names like Search, Wing, Left-Handed and so on. But what about the other talented band? Here today in this video, we'll be exposing the real reason why this happened, and you are welcome to share your perspective in the comment below. Back in 80s and 90s, Malaysia had so many talented rock bands. Most of them never made it big, not even within the country. Why? Because they were held back by media bias, lack of support, strict rules, economic struggles, and no proper platform to shine. In this video, we'll explore all the real reasons why our bands that underrated and how things were totally different in the US, where the rock scene exploded worldwide. Okay, let's jump into all the possible reasons that hindered Malaysia's underrated rock band from getting famous. Number 1. Cultural and media landscape in 1980s and 90s Malaysia. In the 80s and 90s, Malaysia's mainstream media didn't support local rock bands seriously. Instead, it focused on celebrity gossip and hot news or drama.
Semua berlumba-lumba untuk tulis cerita sensasi saja. Tangkap basah, gigi pukul orang, tangkap basah, drug, masuk lokap, tangkap basah. You dengar benda-benda macam ni saja. Lepas tu keluar TV, ini saja cerita yang disajikan pada pendengar. Sampai you tak dengar pasal dia purple tangkap basah. Ada? Scorpion kahwin 3 orang. Ada? So benda tu tak ada berilmiah langsung.
Rock music carried a social stigma, often seen as rebellious or linked to moral decline. Long-haired rockers were even banned from TV, and in a shocking 1992 moment, Amy Search and Awi Wings had their haircut on live TV by the information minister.
Rambut dipotong tu rasanya Wings secara live dekat TV. Mungkin Datuk Awi nak imbas balik cerita-cerita lama.
Waktu tu saya duduk dengan Sweden punya reporter. Jadi
dekat mana?
Di dalam mesyuarat dalam tengah mesyuarat dengan Menteri Penerangan pada ketika tu. Sebelah saya ni orang Sweden reporter. Dia tanya, dia cakap dengan dia kata, what the it's just because of hair? You kena ban or something like that? Cakap, yeah, welcome to Malaysia.
Only smaller music magazines like ROTTW gave proper coverage, but their audience was limited. Without strong media backing, most rock bands remain underrated and sidelined. Number 2. Government policies and lack of global exposure. In the 80s and 90s, government policies and industry practices in Malaysia made it hard for rock bands to go beyond the local scene, while international acts were required to feature local openers like Blues Gang during Deep Purple concert in 1982. These bands only got exposure within Malaysia, not abroad. There was no strong effort to push Malaysian rock music overseas, no international label support, and no proper system to export our bands to global stages. Most sang in Malay and lacked the platform to break into wider markets. On top of that, strict concert rules, image control like the long hair band, and a negative view of rock music made the scene even tougher. Musicians like Hassan Babydon describe it as a dark era full of politics and favoritism, where talented bands were stuck in a system that didn't truly support them. Number 3. Economic challenges and survival mindset. In the 80s and 90s, Malaysia was still a developing country with limited resources, and these affected the music industry too. Local labels had small budgets, so most rock bands had to self-fund their albums or depend on small-time sponsors. Many couldn't afford high-quality recordings, tours, or international promotion like bands in richer countries. Being a full-time musician was tough. Most had to play at nightclubs, fun fairs, or corporate shows just to survive, often competing with polished Filipino bands who dominated the hotel and lounge scenes at the time. Some bands even had to play covers or shift to pop just to get gigs. Even though bands like Kumpulan Search managed to go viral in Indonesia with hits like Isabella, the success was rare. Hey, you want a super cheap guitar tutorial on how to play like this? Join me for just $1.12 per month. Beginners also can. And if you love my video editing, I can guide you for just $2 on how to edit like mine. Plus, you get free guitar lesson. Awesome? Join me now. Number 4. Limited platforms for discovery and development. Another big reason Malaysian rock bands struggled in the 80s and 90s was the lack of proper platforms to promote and grow their music. Unlike the US, which had MTV, radio, talent shows, and a full touring network, Malaysia scene was just starting. MTV Asia only came in 1995, too late for the golden era of rock kapak, and even then, it was a pay TV channel based in Singapore. Local TV shows barely gave airtime to rock, especially with censorship, rules like banning long-haired musicians. There were small contests like Juara Juara Rock, which helped launch names like Joe Benmark, but there was no follow-up system, no label deals, no talent development. Radio stations were selective, live gigs were limited, and most bands stayed local unless they managed to perform in Indonesia or Singapore. Now, let's compare Malaysia's music industries with the USA's in 80s and 90s. Just to make things obvious. When it comes to media coverage and culture, Malaysian media focus on gossip, while in the USA, they celebrated rock stars. When it comes to government stance, Malaysia imposed censorship, but in the US, rock thrived in a free and supportive environment. In terms of economics, Malaysian labels had limited funds, and most bands were self-financed. Meanwhile, in the US, major record labels were wealthy. Exposure? Malaysia had no MTV until 1995. In the US, they had MTV blasting rock since the early 80s. In terms of music education and networking, Malaysian musicians were mostly DIY, while in the US, there was already a major ecosystem. And of course, in terms of language and audience, the United States had the advantage, while Malay language lyrics limited global appeal. The conclusion? Malaysia's rock band in the 80s and 90s had the talent but not the support. With censorship, a weak industry, and limited exposure, they stayed local, while American bands went global with the help of MTV, big labels, and media. But despite the odds, many of our bands became legends at home. Their struggle laid the foundation for the next generation and proved that great music isn't always about fame, but about heart, passion, and legacy. And that is why I need your support. Subscribe to this channel, share this video, and support my other friends as well. Join me in helping Malaysian music scene get the global recognition it truly deserves. Now, if I said anything that you feel needs correcting or you've got different tag, please comment below and let's do this together. Let's make Malaysia's music great.